Hey, guys, welcome back to the channel Canada Immigration. We will talk about Canada to allow international students to work off campus over 20 hours per week. If you are interested in this topic, please watch till the end of this video for the latest immigration updates and news. Please like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. Let's get into the video. The new temporary measure was unveiled by Canada's Immigration Minister, Sean Fraser, in an effort to address the country's long-standing labour shortages. According to Fraser, this will enable the nearly 500,000 foreign students already residing in Canada to possibly work longer hours. International students studying in Canada who have off-campus employment authorization on their study permit are permitted to work more than 20 hours per week off-campus while classes are in session from November 15, 2022 to December 31, 2023. Foreign nationals who have previously applied for a study permit as of today will also be impacted by this temporary restriction if their application is accepted by Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. They will also be eligible for this policy's benefits. This significant change was introduced this morning in Ottawa, the nation's capital, by Immigration Minister Sean Fraser. This policy, according to Fraser, intends to address the labour shortages that are now affecting Canada. Canada is dealing with the worst labour shortages in history and a historically low unemployment rate. Statistics Canada said earlier this morning that the country's unemployment rate decreased to 5.2% in September from a previous reading of 5.4%. Currently, foreign students who apply to enroll in a Canadian educational program that meets their qualifications may be granted permission to work off campus for up to 20 hours a week while they are enrolled in classes. During predetermined periods, such as the summer and winter holidays, this cap is lifted. This approach enables overseas students to sustain themselves financially while also attempting to keep them concentrated on finishing their studies rather than being concentrated on finding employment in Canada. However, the Canadian government has temporarily relaxed this restriction in response to the almost 1 million job openings it is currently facing. During predetermined periods, such as the summer and winter holidays, this cap is lifted. This approach enables overseas students to sustain themselves financially while also attempting to keep them concentrated on finishing their studies rather than being concentrated on finding employment in Canada. However, the Canadian government has temporarily relaxed this restriction in response to the almost 1 million job openings it is currently facing. According to Fraser, this policy will enable the nearly 500,000 eligible overseas students already residing in Canada to work maybe more hours. One of the most popular places for overseas students to study is Canada. Over 620,000 foreign students were housed there in 2021, a figure that has tripled in the previous 20 years. In only 1 year, Canada issued approximately 450,000 new study permits due to a number of factors, including the high standard of educational institutions, multiculturalism, the accessibility of the Canadian dollar, and the availability of employment and permanent residency chances. There is still a high demand to study in Canada. Fraser also noted in the release made today that, compared to the 367,000 applications received over the same period in 2021, Canada had already processed more than 452,000 study visa applications between January and August of 2022. So far this year, Canada has handled more study permits than it did in any previous year, breaking its own record. According to statistics by the Canadian Bureau for International Education, the majority of foreign students say they plan to become permanent citizens of Canada after completing their studies. Because of things like their Canadian work and study experience, as well as their English and French language ability, international students who go on to obtain permanent residence tend to integrate into the Canadian labour market rapidly. This explains why Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada provides a wide range of initiatives geared at assisting foreign graduates find employment in Canada and stay put. The well-liked post-graduation work permit is provided by IRCC with the PGWP. Qualified international students can obtain an open work permit with a validity period that matches the length of their Canadian academic program. Foreign people with open work permits can work for any Canadian employer of their choosing. 3 years is the longest possible PGWP validity duration. PGWP holders can then acquire the professional Canadian job experience they frequently require to qualify for a program for economic class immigration. PGWP holders frequently pursue permanent residence through the Canadian Experience Class Program, which is one of the most well-known immigration routes provided by IRCC. Canada's provinces and territories also recognize foreign graduates who have domestic employment experience to entice overseas graduates to stay in the province or territory and continue to make a contribution to the labor market as immigrants. The Quebec and provincial nominee program streams across the nation provide permanent residency options. In recent years, particularly during the epidemic, Canada has looked more and more to international students as a significant source of long-term residence. To meet its goal of settling over 405,000 new immigrants in 2021, for instance, and surpass Canada's record for newly landed immigrants in a year, IRCC heavily relied on graduates from abroad. IRCC accomplished this by inviting and securing a sizable number of Canadian Experience Class applicants. Additionally, it launched the Temporary Residence to Permanent Residence program in 2021, allowing about 90,000 temporary residents to submit an immigration application. Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister, has also given Minister Fraser the task of coming up with more strategies for temporary foreign workers and international students to use express entry to obtain permanent residency. Fraser also presented a plan in September outlining the government's efforts to assist more temporary residents in obtaining permanent status. The strategy has 5 elements, one of which is updating the immigration system to speed up application processing. When the Canadian government submits its revised Immigration Levels Plan 2023-2025 by November 1st, we will get more information on its newcomer plan. Hopefully, the details and information presented in this video are helpful. So what is your opinion about today's information? Definitely tell us by commenting. And on which topic we should make the next video, you must tell by commenting. We will try to reach you with the latest information related to Canadian immigration. If you have not subscribed, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click on that notifications bell icon.